my work is kind of interested in basically how to create images for complicated ideas. The work was originally made for a show that was curated by a friend and artist colleague of mine, Martin Basher. And it was a show that was at the time of his wedding, so it was quite a personal show for him, and I've known him for many years and his family, so this work was quite a personal response to that exhibition context, really. It's a piece that's made up of two components, really, the fabric banner work and then the encasing of that, which is, as the title suggests, two pieces of glass for each banner. And so there's many colours in the banner. There's probably, I'm trying to think, 60 or 80 different colours. And I'm interested in how colour can create a set of emotional reactions from us, and also kind of excite action, whether that be just to think about an idea or to actually go out and do something about it. I'm kind of pleased with this display, I suppose, solution, because it kind of, to me, has a feeling that these are something that could be used. They could be used in a wedding celebration, but at this time they're on display in between glass, which I think we associate kind of with a museum context or a gallery context, and they're kind of waiting there. They're being held until they might be brought out again. That's how I think about it. So they're not framed forever with a wooden kind of frame or anything, but they're temporarily placed and they're just leaning against the wall as though they might be ready for action. Yeah. There's definitely something I want to keep in the form of the banners that's quite active. So it's a quilting process in that it's many pieces of cotton sewn together, but unlike a functional quilt that you would put on your bed or something, which has finished edges and it's designed to be kind of used in quite a practical way, I think of these banners as, like you say, maybe a more impromptu process. So quickly sewing pieces together, going out, presenting them and saying something to the world, even if it's quite abstract what is being said. So yeah, there's definitely kind of an impromptu-ness and a kind of not too much of a fussiness about how they're constructed. So they're cut at the edges, they're not hemmed like a domestic item might be. What these banner works are is really, for me, a discussion of how we come upon meaning of abstract forms. And I think the gay pride flag or any other flag is that same process, really. We have a set of colours that we learn to identify with a cause or with a set of celebrations, and we learn to identify those things through the story we tell around it. And so for me, in this work, for example, the title is very important, Lovers Between Glass, because that's part of the story of what these banners mean. Whereas I have quite similar works that have a very different title and are attempting to tell a very different story. And that kind of complication of how we have a visual image and then a meaning for it, and that both confusion and excitement in between is really, I think, for me, what the work's about.